Hello everyone, this is Dan Alexander, Chief Meteorologist with Weather Alpha, bringing you our weather and marketing report for the first week of September. Well, summer is officially over, despite the fact that there are still over 2 weeks left in the calendar season. But, as we will soon see, some regions of the country will be seeing a fall preview this week, while others continue as if it were the middle of July. So here are the U.S. weather headlines for this Wednesday. It's really sunny across the U.S. There aren't that many storm systems around. We will be talking about chilly weather in the Northeast and the Ohio Valley. We'll also be talking about warm weather on the backside of high pressure across the plains and the south central states. As mentioned, there aren't any major weather systems over the next several days, and we are going to keep an eye on the tropics for some possible development in the Caribbean. So first things first, let's take a look at a recent satellite image. You can see just how much of the nation is covered in sunshine. We see a front right here encroaching into the northern tier. That's going to bring with it some very chilly air, at least for the time of year. And aside from that, we see a lot of sunshine in the big cities of the Northeast, Chicago, a large part of the West. And we can show that graphically, the percentage of the U.S. regions by population experiencing sunshine. As you see, a lot of the Northeast, about 80%, is under sunshine. A lot of the West is under sunshine. Less so in the Southeast, especially in the Miami area and here around Atlanta. There are some clouds around, but there really aren't that many weather systems, at least organized weather systems around. And with sunshine, we are talking about products like sunglasses and like sunscreen. It's still the time of year when the sun's rays are pretty strong, and so companies with such products should be thinking about advertising, continuing their advertising into September. Also, as mentioned, we're talking about chilly weather. This is courtesy of the National Weather Service. These are Friday morning low temperatures. And what we see are a lot of the Northeast, in particular cities like New York, Boston, Philadelphia, D.C., large population centers will be experiencing very chilly weather. Temperatures in the 40s outside of the urban centers, and even some 30s in inland regions with some frost. This isn't extremely uncommon for early September, but it's well below normal for the time of year. And it's also a perfect time to be thinking about fall apparel. I have some of the big name brands at the bottom, the North Face, LL Bean. There are others like Patagonia, but this is a time when such companies should be getting a kickstart on their advertising. Retail sells in advance of the coming season, so even though we're not towards the middle or later part of fall when fleece or sweater sales would be high, it's a good time to get out in front of folks, especially on Friday morning as they're heading off to work, and let them know that that there are great fall fashions available. Meanwhile, as we're talking about the chilly weather in the Northeast, we have this warm tongue of air in the central part of the country. This is courtesy of high pressure over the Ohio Valley, bringing with it cold northerly flow into the Northeast. And on the backside, we have the southerly flow of air, bringing with it really warm temperatures, especially for this time of year, into areas like Dallas, Minneapolis, Oklahoma City, St. Louis, Omaha, Des Moines, even into Denver. These are regions that are going to be well above normal, and it's as if summer has never really ended for them. So when we're talking about warmth late in the summer season, we're talking about closeouts. We're talking about good opportunities to get rid of inventory, sell them at discounts. People will certainly be thinking about summer apparel, even if they're not really in the mood to buy, but giving some discounts might entice some bargain hunting folks to get out there and make some purchases. I've listed some major retail outlets. These could have also been displayed on the last slide when we were talking about the cool weather. But it is a big opportunity for apparel, both cold weather apparel as we head into the fall, but also warm weather apparel as we are experiencing Indian summer. I'm not sure if it's too early to be saying that, but again, it's going to be very warm across the central part of the U.S. Now, we're not talking about a lot of precipitation here over the next 5 days. This is a map courtesy of National Weather Service and NCEP, and this is basically showing for a 5-day period, this into the northeast really is not that much rain. This is going to be associated with a frontal boundary. A lot of the activity will be focused near the Gulf and into the northwest, where we have a few disturbances entering the region. But while this isn't a lot of rain, we know from prior marketing reports that companies like Domino's, Seamless Web, and even entertainment companies like Netflix and Lowe's might want to take advantage of people's proclivity to stay indoors and to either order food delivery or have or go out and watch a movie, or stay inside and watch a movie, hence the Netflix. One final point to make is let's keep an eye on the tropics. This is courtesy of the National Hurricane Center, this graphic. We can see that there is a 50% chance of tropical storm development here about 150 miles southeast of San Juan. And that might actually form over the next 5 days or so. We also see a little bit of activity associated with a broad upper level trough here in the southwestern Gulf of Mexico. That's given as a 20% chance of development. But again, with these storms come the opportunity for large retailers, especially in the home improvement space, like Home Depot, like Lowe's, like Ace Hardware, to advertise around the storm to help people prepare, board up, etc. And even though it is September, a little stat that you might want to know is that hurricane season actually peaks on September 12th. Statistically, that's when the most hurricanes have been seen in the Atlantic Basin at any given time. So we're still about a week away from that. Just something to keep in mind. It's been fairly quiet to this point, but things can change very quickly, as we have seen in previous years. So with that last slide, we're going to wrap it up. I'm Dan Alexander with Weather Alpha, asking you, what can weather do for your advertising? And reach out to us if you have any questions. We are partnered with Flight, BlueKai, and Tern, and we're working with them to help companies make better decisions around the weather. Thanks very much, and have a great day.